Tyler, the Creator, CHROMAKOPIA, album review. Let's do it.
This episode is brought to you by National Geographic, presenting its new documentary film, Endurance. Follow the greatest survival story ever told, unpacking the legendary feat of polar explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton, who kept his crew alive for over a year, despite losing their ship in frigid pack ice. Over a century later, a team of modern-day explorers set out to find the sunken ship. Endurance, now streaming on Hulu and Disney+.
How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Review Season 10. I'm back with another episode, and today we got a good show for y'all because, guys, I'm right now outside looking at, I'm looking at the casino. I can't even lie to y'all. I'm looking at the casino right now, and the casino is telling me some things that I really need to, I really need to spend some money on some casino life. And while I'm about to go to the casino, I wanted to talk about Tyler, the Creator, one last time this year, or maybe not this year, I don't know. Maybe you could drop a CHROMAKOPIA Deluxe, but we're going to be doing a big album review. Now, I've never done a Tyler, the Creator album review, but we've done many album reviews on this show, and it's going to be the same format, but for Tyler, the Creator. And guys, I really enjoy this album. I just want to say that off the bat. I think this album is one of the best rap albums of this year, in my opinion. I think production-wise, there's just so much different. There's just so much that I listen to and I go, wow, So many wow moments in this album. So many, 10 out of 10 moments in this album. And I really enjoy that. I'm always going to, praise that. And this is one of those examples. So today, guys, we have Tyler, the Creator, CHROMAKOPIA. Now, how we do these album reviews, I'm going to give you my overall couple of points of how I'm feeling overall of the album, and then we're going to go over every single track. We're going to rate every single track at 1 out of 5, and then I'll get my overall thoughts and then a score of the album, and then we'll get out of here. So guys, before we get started, if you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, and let's get this done, guys. Let's get this album review done, and I've been really excited to talk about this album in full length. The only time I'll be able to talk about this album was the track reviews we did last week, or not last week. We did them the week before last week, in October. We did them in October. It's November now. We did them in October. We did the track reviews in October, and now we're going to talk about the whole project. So let's start off with a couple of points of my overall thoughts about this album, starting off with the number one. Guys, number one, production of this album.
From your fryer to the table, it's a quick trip for crispy fries. But how about a crosstown delivery? McCain SureCrisp fries are designed to go from fryer to container to carrier to passenger seat across town during rush hour down a shortcut that wasn't all that short to a doorstep before they hit the table. And that first bite, the crispiness speaks for itself. To the last bite, McCain SureCrisp fries. Go the distance. See how far our fries can take your business at surecrisp.com/delivery.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Is top tier. I mean, some of the best production that I've heard. And it's one of those things where I listen to this album and I go, God damn. I mean, we just have so many elements. There's just so many elements here. We have a lot of synths. We have a lot of these like synths that are not the synths, they're kind of mixed where they're kind of mixed out. And if you don't know what that is, or, honestly, I don't even know what I just said there. But basically what I'm trying to get at is, they're kind of mixed out. They're kind of the pitch of these synths are kind of down. And they kind of feel some of the synths on this album just kind of feel like a show or something. Like, they're just so kind of cartoony, kind of like. And I really enjoy that, you know. And I think the synths, I think the R&B elements, the background vocals from Daniel Caesar, from many of these. Now, we even have Tyler, the Creator, on this album singing some of his best tracks that we've heard. And honestly, I love everything about it. I like the aesthetic of this album, and I like the production of this album overall. We're gonna go into it, but some of the tracks that definitely stand out to me are definitely I Thought I Was Dead. You know, I Thought I Was Dead was crazy. Darling I was one of my favorite tracks off the album. Noid is such a good track with those like crazy synths, those moments where like the beat kind of feels like it's like the end of the world. It's kind of like falling down. That's kind of how those synths are like, and it's like, goddamn. Absolutely fucking hits. And then my third point, features. I mean, let's just bring up the track Sticky with Glorilla, Lil Wayne, Sexy Red, all three of those artists, and Tyler, the Creator, doing his thing as he always does. The Tizo Touchdown, the features, Daniel Caesar too in the beginning of the track, the first track of the album. Everything about this album, the features absolutely slap, the features absolutely go crazy. And that's just one of the things I definitely got to highlight of CHROMAKOPIA. The features off this album are just some of the best that I've heard. Now, those are my thoughts. Those are my overall thoughts. Let's go over every single track, and I'm going to give you all of my thoughts, my scores. There's 14 tracks off this album. And track number 1, ST Chromia. Now, or Sir Chromia, featuring Daniel Caesar. I really enjoy this intro track. I love the build up to this track. I love when the beat drops, and that just explosion just happens, and it's just so good. Overall, this is a great track in the beginning. I love the rap verse in the beginning. I like the rap verse. And the second verse, too. I like when the beat drops and Tyler, the Creator, goes on the second verse. That also sounds really good, too. So, overall, there's a helicopter. It's flying above me. Looks like they want to stop my casino habits. But I'm overall going to give this track probably a 5. Honestly, you know, this is kind of crazy for the first track. But I really enjoy this track. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Next one is Ratata. I'm going to be real. I do like this track, but I'm going to be honest with you. I could care less about the hook. And the hook is overplayed a little bit too much. And I don't like this beat that much as Sir Chromia or Noid. So this track is okay. But it's still a pretty good track, though. I'm not going to lie. But this is one of those that I definitely would skip off the project. So I probably would just give this like a 3. Nah, like a 3 out of 5. Yeah, I would skip this off the project if I was listening to this. Noid is a good track too. I love the beat. I love the hook. The hook is so good. And then Tyler, the Creator's verse too. And then his verse at the end of the song where he's kind of snapping at, you know, weird fans and stuff like that. The lyrics are just so good on Noid. 5 out of 5. Darling I. 5 out of 5. Look, Darling I, when I heard Darling I for the first time, you know, it was like my eyes lit up. My eyes lit up. This is one of my favorite tracks. I listen to this song off work and still enjoy it. Each time I just kept listening to Darling I, every time I went back, just new things that I just loved about this song. Tizo on the vocals. Love the production. I love everything about this track. Darling I is a 5 out of 5. Damn near goddamn broke the damn scale. Now the next track, Hey Jane. I love the transition too. Also, I love the transitions to each track off the album. I love it when artists do transitions on their albums. And Hey Jane. Hey Jane's definitely one of the deeper tracks. One of the dark tracks off this album. I mean, this track this track will pull your heartstrings for sure. The storytelling of this story is absolutely good. I love the rapping here. I love the storytelling. Yeah, good track. 4 out of 5. I Killed You. I like this song. I like Childish Gambino. I like this hook. I like this, like, switch up. I like this whole switch up to this album. This track's good, too. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Judge Judy. This track right here, guys, is another easy 5 out of 5. This track, every time I replay Judge Judy, it's just such a good track. I love the beginning verse. I love these more R&B vocals. I love when the beat kind of drops and it kind of switches up and it just takes off to its own thing. Beautiful production. Everything here. Judge Judy was an absolute goddamn banger. The background vocals, 5 out of 5. Sticky, featuring Glorilla, Sexy Red, Lil Wayne. I already did a review for this track, so I'm not going to go into depth. But I do like this song. Love Glorilla on here. Love Sexy Red on here. Lil Wayne did his thing too. Tyler, the Creator, sounded really good on here too. 5 out of 5. Take Your Mask Off, featuring Daniel Caesar, Latoya Williams, and I love this track too. I would say though, this track, Take Your Mask Off, it definitely does go. I think it does definitely the last verse. I think it kind of, falls off at the end. I like Tyler, the Creator's verse on the end, but honestly, it just, it kind of like drags on a bit. So this track is good. I love the hook. I love each of the verses here. I love the storytelling of these verses, but I mean, this track's okay, but it's still really good. But compared to like Darling Irish, Sticky, or this Take Your Mask Off is a good track, but this is one of the ones again that I wouldn't play so much in my own time. So I'd probably give this track just a 4 out of 5. Tomorrow is a good track. I like the singing, I like the piano, I like everything about Tomorrow. But I just think vocally just wasn't the best. I think the hook just wasn't the best on Tomorrow. But I do like this track, so I'll give it a 4 out of 5 too. And then I Thought I Was Dead, featuring Schoolboy Q. Schoolboy Q. He had a good verse. I like his flow. The Butt Pierce lyrics was fucking crazy. But Tyler, the Creator, sounds his most confident here. I love this track. Every time I play it, it's so good. The hook, everything about this, like everything. 5 out of 5. Like him. Like him, if you have daddy issues, if you have gambling problems. I don't know why I said gambling problems. I have gambling problems, if you didn't know. Like him's for, all the people that, don't have a dad or their dads suck. So. But yeah, this is featuring Lola Young, which I like the feature here on Like Him. I like the background vocals and everything. This track is beautiful. 5 out of 5. Balloon featuring Doechii. Doechii had a great verse on this track. Balloon, banger, 4 out of 5. And then I Hope You Find Your Way Home. To end this album off as the last track of the album. Does it go crazy? Yes, it does. The production, everything, the singing, 4 out of 5. Guys, overall, CHROMAKOPIA is an absolutely fucking banger-ass album. And honestly, it's one of the better albums that I've heard this year. And this album did not disappoint at all. This album's an absolute banger. You're probably gonna be bumping this album for a long time, and this is definitely one of those that absolutely slap. Overall, CHROMAKOPIA, great album, great era, good songs. I had such a good week. Just listening to this album for a whole week was just one of the highlights of my week. So, great album. I'll give this album honestly, this is such a good album. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, what'd you think about this album? Did you hate this album? Did you love this album? I don't know, let me know. Thank you so much for listening, guys. This is such a good album. CHROMAKOPIA, such a good album. Such good moments, such good tracks. Great project. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out. And yeah, guys, I'll see y'all later. You have a good one. And I'm actually going to head to the casino right now. You know, my ex-wife is calling me. And we're going to be doing a casino date. Like the old Las Vegas days, you know. So I'm going to be doing that right now. So I'm going to go do that. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. You have a good one. Bye.